What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and I wanted to do a review on one of my favorite accessories for the iPhone 7, or really any smartphone for that matter, the DJI Osmo Mobile. So I've been playing around with this thing for over a week now. I've got a ton of awesome footage I want to share with you, and just let you guys know what the best gimbal money can buy right now for your iPhone or your Samsung, any Galaxy device. So this is a second generation product. It's a brand new one. The old one actually had a mounted camera on the back. So instead of a phone, it would use a camera. Well, DJI actually thought, hey, well, phones are getting so good in terms of quality. We're gonna go ahead and use that instead of a built-in camera. And I gotta agree with them. It's, as a result, less than half of the price of the original one with the camera. And man, guys, I'm just blown away by this thing. I love it. Spoiler alert. But anyways, so just before we get into the usability, I wanted to show you the build quality. This is DJI. They build drones, basically a lot of camera gear, and this is amazing in terms of build quality. So on the bottom over here, we've got the battery, and I've actually dropped mine already, so it's a little scuffed around, but we've got massive battery in here. So officially it's supposed to last you about 4 hours, and I tend to agree. I got about 3 to 4 hours of usage out of it recording in 4K. And over here you've got your tripod mount. So if I open that up, we'll have a little tripod mount. We've got the trigger button. Interesting thing is this thing charges via a 3.5 millimeter jack. So you thought you escaped it with the iPhone 7. Nope, it's back, and it's such an interesting choice of adapter for charging, but there it is. And we've got the power button here, joystick. This is for recording video, taking pictures. And there are so many functions, so many uses with this gimbal. I absolutely love it. Anyways, so we power it on just like this. And if at any point you move your gimbal, move your phone, you want to reset it, just double tap the trigger on the back, and it'll go ahead and bring it to home position. That is really cool. So upon getting the DJI Osmo Mobile, you'll want to go into the App Store and actually download the official app for it. It's called DJI Go. So I tend to like this app. It's actually nice. It's integrated with all of the buttons here. You can zoom in. There's a lot of neat tricks, which I'll get to in just a minute. But the only limitation that it has that I just don't understand why, and DJI has actually responded and said it's coming in the future, but you cannot record 60 frames per second video on it in 1080p. And the 4K, I get, obviously the iPhone can't even do that, but in 1080p, what the iPhone can do on the regular camera, this app can't. So if you guys are wondering why that's so important, smooth video, and I've been using it in my shots, slow it down by half, and you get some professional slow motion looking effects that are used in music videos pretty much. So up here you have camera and video modes, you can switch in between. And I want to show you some of the neat tricks you can do with them. But first off, in here, there's slow motion time lapse, motion time lapse. So this one is actually really cool. So move your gimbal to where you want it and go ahead and press this plus button right here. Then move it to where you want it to end up over here. Cool. So now when you go ahead and select next, you can set the time lapse for whatever increment you want, and it'll move on its own. And this is best on a tripod. It'll give you a really cool video effect at the end. But that's just one example. I'm going to stop that really quick. And something really neat. I absolutely love this. I'm actually going to just put the box over here to give you guys an example. But there is tracking. So if I click this button right here and I go ahead and drag onto what I want, if I move the Osmo, it'll move the lens for me and track the subject. So if you have a person or something that you wanted to track and you move it up, down, left, right, it'll stay focused on it. That is really cool. So what can you actually do with it? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out of this mode right here. You guys can pan it to left and right using the joystick. It's got a built-in motor. Not many gimbals nowadays can do this. You can move it up and down and combine this with movement, and you can get some really smooth pans. And I've actually used it in some of my footage, which I'll get to in a minute. So I just want to explain how this thing works first. You guys can zoom in on video using this right here. Start the video with the record button and double tap, triple tap to switch the cameras. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. To switch them back. Really cool. So there's a lot of neat functions the actual app can do, but I prefer to use the stock camera app right here to get the 60 frames per second footage for now. And it works very well. So if you actually hold the trigger on the back, you can go ahead and move the gimbal, if I do it more smoothly, any way you want, and it'll stay centered. So if you want to tilt it a little bit and get a little bit more even this way, it is so cool. This is like what I love to show my friends and play around with. Otherwise, if you pan it, you're going to get a smooth pan. So this thing is unbelievably smooth, guys. I'm going to go ahead and play the montage of footage, and I just want you guys to see this thing is crazy smooth, but there's a major issue with iPhones right now, and hopefully somehow this can be resolved in the future. But the battle between the onboard image stabilization of the 7 Plus and iPhone 7 and 6S Plus and 6 Plus models, and this one is a constant battle. You'll notice in some of the footage, you guys will see a judder. And that judder is not because of the gimbal, the Osmo Mobile. It's because of the onboard camera from the iPhone. It's just a battle between those two optical stabilization motors, and you're always going to see this weird warping effect. The only reason I can get rid of it in most of the shots is because of post-processing. I stabilize it in Final Cut, but it's sad that it's there. Unless you guys are stabilizing it, if there's a lot of motion, you will see that in some of the shots. And the only way you will not see it is if you can disable it on your phone, which with iPhones, you cannot disable stabilization, which is really sad. It's such a, it sucks. It really sucks. And hopefully somehow we can disable that in the future. They'll figure out a solution. I don't know. But I hope you guys do enjoy the quality video. I mean, this is just us messing around. Enjoy it. Alright, so we're going up there. We shouldn't, but here we are.
YOLO?
No, don't say that. I'll get copyrighted for 2012. This is a 100-foot drop test location.
Heck yeah.
Scouting some new places out. Yo, don't step on that, it's just rubber.
This is the kind of stuff you put on our channel, no?
Yeah.
This is worth
Alright, doing some urban exploring.
You know the Urban Dictionary will make you urban.
Dang. Alright, on we go.
This is gonna be scary.
Damn.
So, this is the three amigos over here, right?
Bros.
¿Cómo estás, amigos?
Oh, there's like a wind pitch.
I don't know any more Spanish.
Yo, what's this? Get that on video.
Oh yeah. Dude, puro game.
It's a wind gauge.
Look tormented.
Guys, what do you mean tormented?
Look tormented.
Like what? Tormented?
No, that means you're in pain, but you're not in pain. Like two friends going into the sunset.
Yeah, but you guys should walk all the way into the water.
Yeah. Yo, if it's not neck deep, there's no commitment. I need to see some commitment, guys.
Yeah.
And just a couple observations, guys. So how long did it take me to begin using this thing and, feeling more comfortable with it? Probably up to 2 hours. It's more complex than you think because the operation is smooth, but it still requires someone that knows how to use it. So you really got to play around with it and understand how to use it. But it is so stable. I'm just amazed. I think, and this is my opinion, I mean, feel free to disagree with me, but I think the quality is matching that of a couple $1,000 camera. Just the stabilization of it. It really turns your iPhone into a way more powerful machine for recording. And it's not heavy, it's not big. It's a very, very small rig. And all it requires is a phone. So all the storage is immediately on your phone. You can edit all of the video from there. You don't need a computer technically. So I think this is perfect for like travel videos. That's exactly where this falls into, is if you guys do a lot of traveling, some light videography, it is perfect. Even photography, I mean, it stabilizes from the shake. So if you guys are taking pictures in lower light environments, that stabilization is going to be very, very precious. But man, I'm just blown away by how smooth it is, especially with the motion, the built-in motors. If you just almost press it just a little bit, it'll pan for you so you can get some gorgeous and very stable shots instead of panning by yourself. But man, it's so much fun just to go out into the nature and play around with this thing. We got some beautiful, beautiful shots.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And guys, there it is. That's my review of the DJI Osmo Mobile. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. It has a couple teething issues like the lack of 60 frames per second and the optical image stabilization battle, but other than that, it can actually make any iPhone video look so much better than it is. And it's deceiving because it seems like I take really good video, but it's all the work of the DJI Osmo Mobile. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. Stay tuned for more. Peace.